Niswing basakan digon chang sa Meghalaya News 24 channel na ramchakswa. Ang abalsrami isang ma arian dal ni kuperang. Bilsisku ngapa ches khalgapa dalu ni me chipisa chea han kameji moment chang sot pribrigapa ches Olympiad Mahabalipuram Tamil Nadu chire yange ches khalanio bakor ang paha. Wa chess Olympiad rangko mukron thangchiba nakpaha aru India ni number sa changbuana world champion man gapa Biswanathan Anand ni coaching session ungat gapawba bakor angna cholko manaha wa dingthang asong ni chess player rang baksaba makhangre ke golphon khana rang ba manbaha aru Tamil Nadu ni thogpa chisam rang ko ba nakpana gata manaha anda ke ong engon uni jumang ko chusokat na dakcha pa mande sakan tikon uwa mathilani ko ba natinga ne khoborna akananga ha BJP dol rang batang pa somoyo BJP ni dilgapa Bernard N Maraku sandir khitani bewal ko jegale aro Garo Hills so dongpa party ni dilgapa rang baksana worker rang ko niknikani ko nani bidungo jegalani ko dakang ha jegalani ko Shillong aro Turam dakang ha Wamang Turani SP RDC ko ragal China dabiang ha. Party ni President Ernest Maurini aganani kitati BJP dolrang Police aro District Administration ni Bernard paksa bak donggapa obostarang ko jako raani bewal ko ba nam nagchaha ni aganang ha. Yani bidungo BJP delegation rang Governor Satyapal Malik ko ba grongen ni aganang ha. BJP President Ernest Maurini aganani kitade wamang yani bidungo jakatele sandir khitani ko dakchina ba dabiang ha ne khoborna pharakang ha. ANTF Mizal Prungwalni Operation ko kamatung sumoyo gram chikung point sotmwa gatam heroin ba jekon agan genchimo de pikat kapa bostu ba drugs ko UBC rechabunga khola chibri ajai chetri ni jakko manaha wa drugs badengapa mande ko sakaban drugs badengapa bilsikol gruks ko ngapa khobok dingdo watas khaha ne isona manaha Khobak dingdo Srimati Pilimina dingdo ni dephante unga arwa dongkhamon nongmenson Shillong ni unga andake ong engon uko dao de custodio nar angha neba khoborna wiataha Ria Travels next superbus ni nokapa bilsi sotpongas ni ongapa arupnak aru uni driver mung handyman upper babu para tura odongapa Suresh Burman bedal para tura odongapa aro Shankar Dalud muktangra garobada odongapa ko ba yani bidingo rumrkaha mobile gesa aru sim card gesa bus gesa number ML07E dok sa aru gesa Maruti Suzuki car number AS0 AB dok sa ko ba sis car kaha UBC rechabunga khola chibri ajai chetri khode ba kan suspension of donataha West Garo Hills police ni wiatani ko onani geta de khobok dingdo ni noko Shillong ni police rang sandi e bangi ja heroin drugs rang ko manaha wanagre gapun wiatani ko de East Khasi Hills ni SPO ni ko matgen ni akan dapang khwa andake ong engon patanggaman waloba Prahari Nagar Jolo ni ko ge Suprichat SP capsule rang ko manaha sakatham mande jemang ni bimungrangan Simon Mojindar bilsikol grukchat ongpa Sunil Mojimdar ni dephante doba sifara tura odongapa Gutu Modak bilsi chichat ongapa Sri Raju Modak ni dephante Pensibeli tura odongapa aro AB Constable Simanto hajongko arrest kha authority number ML07H gni sa gni chat aro ge dok mobile phone rangko par maha cash rangko de register khajok aro sandir khitani ko takangen ne khoborna wiatang ha Health Minister James PK Sangmani aganani gita de COVID skuna adoko kenani dongja ye obostarang ko namme dakeni rokenga andake ong engon adok sorkari mental health policy ko ba frame khaingjo kene khoborna parakanga ha
No, we are seeing many cases on the rise, but the situation is very much under control as of now. There are cases, most of the people who have been diagnosed with COVID, they have very mild symptoms. Those who do have slightly severe symptoms are being taken care of in hospital. Hospital beds are more than adequate. So the situation, I would say, is very much under control right now. But still, being very, very vigilant about the situation. Yeah. Yes, see, those with comorbidities, there will be, certain complications to that. But the situation for us as of now, we do have adequate number of beds and the facilities are not being overwhelmed as we speak.
Trinamal Congress Meghalaya Sorkari ko niamrang ko chakathang chakhala aro asongni na jogani ko Indian company na Chinese smart meter rang ko adoko jakhali Russia ni una rabai nga ne matnangani ko dakang ha July Kolgrakatham Hajalgani Kolgrak Bilsio Center Amendment ko General Financial Rule Hajalgani Chisni Gapana Songrang ni Bosturang ko Asongo Jakaljawa ni Tariman Hacham TMC ni Dulgabarang our opposition ni Chief Whip George Billing Doba Chinese smart meter ko Jakalani Bidingo Sing Ani ko Dakang ha.
Considering the national security and also since the entire energy distribution and power distribution across the country will be moving into smart grids. So smart grids means there will be artificial intelligence, there will be computer operated systems. Now under the smart grid initiative, now they are putting the smart meters as well. So by putting the smart meters, what will happen? Then there is also that particular initiative that and also the caution that you have to take that the smart meters once you install, they have to be perfect in terms of safety and security. If suppose there is any kind of virus or any kind of malware that enters the smart meters, then it can corrupt the entire power grid system, the power distribution system. It can corrupt the entire smart grid system that is being utilized by the national government across the country. So therefore we are seeing that it is a threat to national security also. Power disruptions can be there and hacking into systems can be there once these meters are attached to the systems. Now, as a layman and also as an engineer having a background, we also know that the Chinese products are flooding the market. And everybody knows the kind of products that we are getting if they are Chinese made. The quality is one thing that is questionable. So, if the meters that are going to be installed are unchecked, untested and unverified by any credible national agency or even certified in the BIS, the Bureau of Indian Standards, if the BIS also has not certified such meters, then can the state government take responsibility if the meters fail? If suppose the meters explode, if the meters cannot carry the load, if suppose there is a meter that has been designed for 1 kilowatt and suppose there is actually a withdrawal of power from more than 1 kilowatt from the households because of the various things that the households are utilizing, maybe TV, then refrigerator, heaters and all that. So at night, if suppose the consumption goes up, then what will happen to the smart meters? Will they be safe enough for the households? So we're leaving this question to the citizens that are you feeling safe to use the Chinese made meters who have not been yet been verified or tested by any national agency? And at the same time, when we are seeing such kind of dubious products circulating in the market and are also being utilized by the state government at a higher cost, which we see that they are inflated by more than 3 times the actual cost. So whether people and citizens will be feeling safe to use such kind of meters.
Salantio jakaling pa posturang jekai LPG cylinder rang damrakani asel adok ni manderang nanik nikani unginga ha. Mirong, dal, tho, chini, rasin, mesu samjak arwanda ki salantio jakal pa postu LPG cylinder rang long endam thangdo ha. COVID chiskuna bilsigini nik niki jangi thangba ani jakman ramra manderang khasinsin namba te jangi thangba inga chim. Andake ongen chumoba ya sal somoirang o salantio jakal pa posturang damrakani asel manderang nanik nikani ko raba inga. HYC Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong ko grongi adok sorkari ko yarangni bidungo namat pulna gata kamkha china didyanga ha.
Made a suggestion that the state should have a dedicated price stabilization fund. In the central level, there is a price stabilization fund in which the centre has kept a corpus fund of about 100 crores. We are not saying that the state should keep a corpus fund of 100 crore, but it should keep some amount so that when you know how to tackle the inflation of essential commodities, so that the government can procure essential commodities, store them and release them as and when needed. So there should be a dedicated fund. That is what it's being called as the price stabilization fund. And then we have also given a suggestion that this hoarding or black marketing activities, we know that time and again these supplier or the wholesaler, they stock the essential commodities, keep it for some time, then in order to to inflate the cost of essential commodities. So we have made a demand that these kind of activities should be dealt with according to law. And then we have also made a request to the state government. As we all know, the central government has implemented the Ujwala Yojana scheme, in which the BPL families headed by women are giving free LPG cylinders. So its implementation in the state of Meghalaya should be, increased. As it is now, it's very low, so it should be increased so that people get LPG cylinder at a subsidized rate. And then we have also made a demand and a suggestion that taxes on fuel should be cut down, because as we understand is that transportation cost is also one of the reason why prices are on the rise in the state. Then we have also made a suggestion that transportation of vegetables, other essential commodities. We all know that we are dependent on essential commodities coming from the state, coming from other states, be it from Assam, from West Bengal, or from Bihar. Whereas our own vegetables that are being produced here are being sold to, are being transported to other states. So we have made a demand before the state government that they should, for the time being, it should be banned. Or essential commodities or vegetables which are produced in the state should be banned from exporting outside the state, so that we are sufficient, we become sufficient by the produce that are being produced in the state. So these are the suggestions that we have made before the government. And
SSLC porikao nambate pas kagapa chatro chatri rangna GSU felicitation program ko bakmaraong atangaha. August sa hajalgani kolgurkani Garo Students Union ba GSU nongal bibra jolni school rang oporeng ba chatro chatri rang je mga niya bilsini SSLC porikao nambate pas kagapa sakpri chatro chatri rang nambatel plani program kong atangaha. Ya thokmaniyo GSU nongal bibra regional unit Southern Zone ni kacham president aro MLA Ropul S Marak mongsong pasok kapong e bakora ayaha. Unbaksa sero ni Ningmanja Secondary School ni principal Basanti Sangma Mandera ayo kama komat ni programo tungpa aha. Una agreba nongal bibra Coal and Supply Association ni President Willinat R. Sangma dingtang mancha sokapaong e bakor angha ni GSU nongal bibra regional unit ni President Sewa S Marak wiataha. Adok sorkari ritagani kola chigini crore smart meter deal ni bidingo mamungkoba agan talate o namat jaha Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsung Haini Trip Youth Council ko MEPDCL ko grongi talata ni ko rachina aganang ha.
Okay, so with regard to the smart meter, as you all know, on the 27th of July this year, we have made a statement in which we have asked for a clarification from the minister concerned. In this case, it's the Deputy CM who is in charge of the power department. Based on the RTI information that we have got, then we asked for a clarification as why the cost of the smart meters has been inflated. Because the statement made by him on the floor of the house, he said that the single-phase smart meter costs only 3,750, a three-phase smart meter costs around 5,120. Based on that, we have filed an RTI. After filing an RTI, we found out that the LOA that was issued, or the letter of award that was issued to the company, to Satnam Global, the joint venture of Satnam Global and then JPM and other company, is at a cost of about 232 crores for the supply of 180 smart meters. So if we make a calculation, it comes to around 12,000 plus one per smart meter. So based on that, we have asked for a clarification from the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. And yesterday he made some statement came in which he has stated that HYC's calculation of smart meter incorrect. This is what he said. And on that statement, he has also stated that if you calculate the basic cost of a single phase smart meter as well as other components, it comes to around 5,889. And if you calculate for the three-phase smart meter, including all components, it comes to around 11,200 or something. And then when we read the DPR, when we read the LOA that was issued, when we read the NIT, the BOQ, we found that if the calculation given by the Honorable Deputy CM is 5,889 per smart meter for the single phase, which is for about 1,72,000 smart meters, 72,000 smart meters, and then 8,000 smart meters of three phase. If you made a calculation based on the the price that is given by the Deputy CM, it comes to only about 111 crores. Then the question is, what happened? What are the other components in which the amount is 119 crores, which made up to 232 crores? So we have asked the question to him, what are the other components? If you say that the cost of smart meter is this, for 1,80,000 smart meters of single phase and 3 phase, as per the LOA also, the supply is only for the single phase and 3 phase. So it should come to only about 113 crores. Now the question is, why have you allotted the work at the cost of 232 crores? Then on that, he started to give us the reply, which was prepared by some officer from MEPDCL. And at the middle of him explaining to us, he couldn't reach that calculation of 232 crores. Then we asked him questions again, because we have got all the papers with us. Then at the end, he stated that, for a better clarification on this, he called the director of the director of MBPDCL, who is dealing with distribution. We have fixed a meeting tomorrow at 3 to meet him. Along with all his officers, they will give a proper reply, because the Honorable Deputy CM also cannot come out to that calculation of 232 crores. So for a better reply, we have to meet the Director Distribution of MBPDCL tomorrow.
Rongara si Juni MLA Rakam Esang Mani Sombar Salo Aganani Gitade, South Garo Hills District ni LP School Rango, Ger Chasabat Plen, Sorkari Ski Parang ni Biap Nden Bang Bang Donginga ni Aganangaha. Sri Rakam Iani Bidungo, Chief Secretary DP Walangna, Bach Chiko Siataha. Unbaksana position ni Dilgapagat Cham Chief Minister Dr. Mukul Sangmaba, Kamat Gijani Bidungo Sangani Rangko Takang Matnahachim. Endake Yang Chumoba Adok Sorkari Yarang ni Bidungo Gisiknang Jaha ni Koberna Aganangaha.
So, no, in my district, not only in my area, in my district, South Koreans, the issues in the South Koreans. Yes, we have lots of limitation, but the education is not the issue to be compromised. So we almost in the district of South Koreans, about more than 100 government LP school teachers post is vacant since last 2-3 years, and about 20 schools are completely teacherless, abandoned. And so I'm just worried and I'm so concerned about our students, because this from the rural, and our parents are not able to afford to send them to the better schools. So there is no teacher there, about 100.
Government LP School Contractual Teacher Rang Meghalaya Teacher Eligibility Test ba MTET o chusok naman jani jaman wamang ni kamrang ko sandiang pla. Wamang Chief Minister ni Banglo Makango Sombar Salo protest ka ani ko ba takang ha. Hindi ba wamang ko wabiapo ni ko emboss office Makango na police rang jatataha ni ko berna aganang ha. Sakra chachat ski parang wamang ni kam ko hajal gani kolgruksa obo natani jaman reinstatement ko tabiang niya. All Meghalaya Government LP School Contractual Teachers Association ni President Bir Boryang Tem ni aganani gitade MTET ko hajal gani chikung bilsio sa rabagen chimoba porikarang ko de hajal gani chisku osa siataha aro ndake yung ingon wa somoyo de wamang overage ba bilsiba bata hachim ndake yung ingon wamang bangbatan qualified ung jaha uni aganani gitade contractual ski parang thangthang ni kam ko retirement na kapal na ba nang nikinga ni agananga ha. Daaldi khoborang di yarangsan. Ya khoborang ni gaman nambati ma sinas ko di Meghalaya News 24.com ni ko poray na gata matken. Sakan chiko ni suani na matela.